Hey, this is Rob from JTRpodcast.com, and this is Lotus, a very pretty area control flower game that was played on a really scabby table. Looks like coffee stains, it's not, it's just the paint coming off. And what you do in this game is you're going to be playing cards from your hand and laying them down to create flowers, and you're going to be sort of doing a little area control thing on those flowers, and you're going to score points for having the most control when a flower's complete. And at the end of the game, whoever's got the most points wins. And how you do this is everyone's got their own deck of cards. They're all exactly the same, it's just the symbols on them are of their player colour. So I have these nice little yellow butterflies. And you also get a couple of these little wooden guardians. Again, I was playing yellow butterfly, so I got a nice little yellow butterfly. And on your turn, you take two actions and play continues clockwise. And the actions you could take are play petals. So you can play 1 or 2 petal cards from your hand on a single flower in the garden. And the flowers are based around a number. So this tulip looking thing here will have a 3. And this kind of orchid thing, whatever that is, that will be a 6. And everyone will have the same artwork. And there's like a little outline of a card on each of the flowers, so you can see where the next card needs to go in order to build this pattern outwards. You can exchange cards by putting 1 or 2 cards on the bottom of your deck and drawing 1 or 2 cards from the top of your deck. Or as the final action, the third thing you can do, you can move a guardian. And that means either taking one from your off the board and put it onto a flower, or moving it from a flower in play onto another flower. I've just found out that the number 3 flower is an iris and the number 6 flower is a lily, so there you go. So when you've played your 2 actions, you're going to draw back up to 4 cards in your hand, and you can do that from different places. You can draw from your own player deck, again, making sure you get the cards you have with your own symbols on. Or there are a number of wildflowers laid out in the middle of the table, face up. They are the exact same cards that you get in your deck, but they haven't got your colour icon on. But you know exactly which flower you're getting them for. And the reason you need your icons is for when a flower is complete. A flower is complete when it's got a number of petals on it equal to the number of the flower. So again, like we said, the lily is a 6, so when it's got 6 cards on it, that one's going to be complete. And you determine who's got control. And you count the number of your symbols and the number of your guardians on that flower, and whoever's got the most earns control. If you're tied, everybody counts as having control. And whoever's got control can choose between 2 things. You can choose between taking a scoring token, which is worth 5 victory points, or you could take a special power token. There's 3 to choose from. One is the Elder Guardian. This is an additional guardian you have. It's slightly bigger than your others, and it's worth 2 control points when you're determining control of a flower. Enlightened Path, which allows you to hold 5 cards in your hand instead of 4. And Infinite Growth, which will actually play 3 cards for an action instead of 2. So that is control of the flower. You'll take all the guardians on that flower and give them back to the player. The player who played the last petal and completed the flower will take all the cards from that flower and put it in front of them for scoring. Then eventually somebody's going to draw every card from their deck. That will be their penultimate turn. Everyone else will get 1 turn each, finishing with the player who drew their last card taking another turn. And then you do the final scoring. Any half-finished flowers in play will go to the player who's got most control at the moment. And if multiple players are tied for control, you kind of split it in half as evenly as possible, and any extras are discarded from the game. And you're going to get 5 points for each of those 5-point tokens you've earned through the game. You get 1 point per card that you've collected from finishing flowers. Whoever's got the most points wins. In the case of a tie, whoever's got the most petals left in their player deck is the winner. So that is interesting. This was a really fun game. It's a very simple game. It's you draw cards, you play cards, you draw cards. That's it. It's very, very simple. It's obviously very pretty when you see the flowers on the board. They're kind of getting bigger and they're growing as you play them. You can see it's quite frustrating, as a lot of these sort of area control games are. When you know you can finish a high scoring flower, you think, oh, I'm going to get 5 points for it, and I'm going to finish it, and it's a 6 flower, so it's going to be worth 11 points to me at the end of the game, and then somebody comes in, snipes you and takes it off you. But that's what these games are all about. So yeah, it's got very nice mechanisms, it's got very nice art, it's got fun gameplay. A lot to like about this one. That is Lotus. Have you played this game? Let me know in the comments below what you think of it. Remember to like, share and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at JTR Podcast, to find the blog and podcast at jtrpodcast.com. I've been Rob, aka Jesta ThaRogue, and I'll see you soon.